Thanks again, guys. I have Soaz here to talk a couple of words to. First up, I want to ask you, what do you think it came down to today specifically?
Probably like decisiveness. I don't know if it's an English word actually, but yeah, decisiveness. Yeah, I felt like most of the games we had the lead actually, but we didn't really know how to snowball it because they are not really contesting anything, and I think there's like a clear, like we had some good things, but then we just misstep or misdo something once, and then we just lost like 2 games when we had like big leads. So yeah, we are just not decisive enough in terms of what to do and not to do it sometimes in the games, even though we had like most of the time leads. Yeah.
Do you think that has, or you can think about that a bit more clearly just because you do have a couple of rookies on the team and that this is the first year that you guys are coming to Worlds together? Do you think that makes it easier to kind of swallow?
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of it that it will be like reckless decision me that could have noticed. Like for example, the Vayne game. Like I think we could have win it 100% if we are just like actually sieging. We were saying in the game that we couldn't like siege, but we are so far ahead that I think we could have. So yeah, there's like the bound thing. This is the same game. Like I think the Vayne game was the most winnable one. We are just like thinking wrong about how to approach the game, I think. But besides that, I think in every single game there's just a mistake of everyone, you know. So I don't think it's like it was necessarily someone in particular in today's games. There's just team mistakes overall here and there, and then just like we just threw the game at some point in every single game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously hard to think about that in the day itself, but when you take a look back at the year as a whole and where you guys came from, the kind of falling down at Rift Rivals and then still coming here, making it out of groups, making it to quarters, that third game even, it's been crazy. How do you look back on all of that?
Well, before going to Worlds, we obviously expected to like get off planes and all this kind of stuff. Getting out of groups was really difficult. I think we had a fine group, in my opinion. I think we could have, like, or first we could have been a lot better. It's best of one, so anything can happen. But I think if we had the right mentality and coming out of for these best of ones, we could have probably like take more wins and like don't need luck and Longzhou winning all their games to like make it out. So today was more of like eventually showing that we are like an actual Go team and we didn't get there because of luck. Most of our games were really close against RNG. I think it could have go either way. So I'm sad because it was so close, like most of our games, and we had leads. So it was really apparent to us that we could win all these games. So this was the sad part. But in the same time, we made every single game like pretty big mistakes of like just throwing. So yeah.
I thought you were going to end with that you're still glad you were able to show something because you did in the end.
Not sure.
All right. Well, thank you in any case for the interview and for making a great run at Worlds with FNATIC. Thank you very much, Soaz. Back over to you guys.
Let's take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. As the crowd erupts, I'm here with Ming after that fantastic victory, only dropping 1 game in the series. Ming, did you ever feel like the series was in danger after you guys lost that third game?
你们刚刚在输掉第3局比赛之后，有没有觉得说可能会输掉这个 BO5 呢？
我觉得我们输掉第3把的时候，应该是心情有点低落吧。但是我们后面开始比赛的时候，把心情调起来了。然后，而且我们觉得我们第4把阵容的话，打到后期的话是能赢他们的。
After losing the 3rd game, we were a little bit disappointed, but we were able to adjust our mentality and then come back into the 4th game. We knew that we had a better team comp in the late game, so we were able to win the game.
Well, an important factor in those team comps was Soraka, the first time we see it here at Worlds. Why do you think it was a good pick in the games you played today?
你今天多次选出了就是奶妈这个英雄，那为什么一直在选索拉卡这个英雄呢？是有什么特别的原因吗？
我觉得，因为前面2把是因为奶妈可以打风女，然后第4把的话是因为觉得奶妈比其他辅助英雄选出来会好一点，因为我可以远处给那个飞机大招，然后他单带的话会很无敌那种。
So for the first 2 games when I chose Soraka, it's because that Soraka is kind of a counter to Janna. And for the 4th game, it was the best support out there because when we had a Corki, and it was easy for me to just use my ult and then help our Corki split push.
And you had a great game as well. Together with Uzi in the bottom lane, you guys have been crushing it, and now you're going up against Bang and Wolf. What can you tell me about that matchup?
所以你跟小狗在下路的话配合都很好嘛，然后这局打得很出彩。那你们接下来将要迎战的对手是 Bang 跟 Wolf，你有什么想法吗？
我还是保持好发挥吧。然后打上他们的话，他们下路也很强嘛，因为我看他们比赛看的也比较多，然后也很稳。然后我们下路打的老总跟他们打的话，我觉得下路我们2个打好的话，应该也是能赢他们的。2个打好能赢他们。
So I think that Bang and Wolf are very strong opponents, and we need to keep on performing consistently. Even though they're very strong, if we perform very consistently, I think we still have a really good chance of winning against them.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, Ming. Thank you, Lexi, as well. Through all the crowd noises, back over to you guys. Thank you very much. We're also able to talk to Xiaohu. And Xiaohu, when we looked at the player camps throughout the day, maybe not that game 3, but for the rest, you guys were always smiling and seemed quite happy to play. Were you very confident in that you could bring the victory home today?
所以一开始在看到你们的所有的选手上头的时候，看你们一直全程都在笑，每场比赛都在笑。那你们对于今天能够取得这场 BO5 的胜利有多大的信心呢？
其实我们对这场 BO5 胜利是很有信心的。我觉得我们只要发挥没问题，就完全可以赢下来的。所以大家都是比较放松的心态吧。
We were pretty confident in going to these best of 5 series. We know that if we performed very consistently and we didn't really make a lot of mistakes, we were able to bring the victory home.
But preparing will also be very important for next week, that huge clash of RNG versus SKT, and you personally versus Faker. What are your thoughts going into that matchup versus someone who carried really hard yesterday?
所以你们接下来的话将要对战 SKT， 然后你个人的话呢会将要跟 Faker 去对线，然后对于昨天的比赛当中的话 ，Faker 是强力的 carry 了嘛？那你对这有什么感想或者什么感言想说吗？
我觉得他 carry 是很正常的吧，因为他的名字叫做 Faker。但是等下周到上海跟他的对战之中，我也不会落下风的。
I think it's very normal for Faker to carry just because he is Faker. But next week in Shanghai, I don't think laning against him, I'll be at a disadvantage at all.
All right, and what you always have is that 6-man. The crowd here has been incredibly loud. They'll be even louder in Shanghai. What's it been like taking the energy from that crowd to perform on the Rift?
所以我们所有主场队伍的话，都好像说每支队伍上都有第6名成员一样。我们的观众这边非常的热情，在给你们加油鼓励啊。那你觉得对于你们来讲的话，有多大的信心能助长多大的信心呢？
我觉得这么多观众跟我们加油助威，我觉得在所有的属性中都可以提升个50%吧。
With all the crowd cheering for us, I think it's at least like a 50% buff for us.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, thank you very much, Xiaohu. Thank you, Lexi. Back over to you guys.